My name is Tamara Tarchichi, and my thesis title is It Dead? A Corpus Study Looking into the Use of the Semicolon in L1 English Students' University Writing. In 1927, two men were convicted of murder in New Jersey. The sentence of the verdict was written as the following. We find the defendant, Salvatore Mera, guilty of murder in the first degree, and the defendant, Salvatore Ranelli, guilty of murder in the first degree and recommend life imprisonment at hard labor. From this verdict, the judge interpreted the life imprisonment to be applicable only to Ranelli, since, quote, guilty of murder in the first degree, end quote, followed Ranelli's name alone. With this reasoning, the judge sentenced Salvatore Mera to death, despite the lawyer's argument that life imprisonment was to be in fact applied to both men. Otherwise, a semicolon would have separated the verdict of Mera's from Ranelli's. Now, for a minuscule punctuation error, there were huge consequences, but it seems that the semicolon has always been a topic of dispute, specifically in the academic classroom. According to Petit, the semicolon seems to be something of an oddity with student writers. Perhaps there's a present-day trend towards more of an informal style of writing, or maybe there's just a general decline. Either way, what is exactly happening with the semicolon? To find the answers, I propose the following research questions. What is the frequency of use of the semicolon in students' university essays? What role does the semicolon play in realizing the information structure in written text? And to what extent does the semicolon use vary compared to its prescriptive norms? My aims and objectives are to inform on the current role of the semicolon in academic writing, reveal the frequency of use of the semicolon in comparison to other standard marks, such as the full stop, comma, or even colon, and to uncover how semicolons' information structure and text can actually be used to achieve text coherence. However, before I delve into the methodology, allow me to give you a brief background. The study of punctuation in general has only become of particular linguistic concern, despite a large number of English grammar and writing style books published in the last 3 centuries. However, we now have something called corpus linguistics, and with the development of new technology, we have greater access to corpus data specifically of students' academic writing, which allows me to look into the frequency of use, or even look into error analysis, or compare what's happening between style manuals and what is actually happening in the academic classroom. My research will collect its data from the Bowie corpus, which was developed from 2004 to 2007 and has a size token of 10 million words. It also has 70% of authentic corpora text, 13 genre families, and 35 subdisciplines in 4 broad disciplinary groups. My expected outcomes are to find an understanding of the variant of use of the semicolon mark in students' writing, to reach an understanding between the rules in English style manuals and grammar books versus what's actually happening, and to have an understanding of students' own perception of the semicolon. The impact is perhaps to aim to provide insight into what occurs between prescriptive grammar and actual practice of use, provide feedback to syllabus creators, as well as teachers in the design and implementation of English grammar curriculum, and perhaps even further contribute to the current discussion in the literature. Thank you. My questions to the audience: do you use a semicolon? And when you think of the evolution of the semicolon over time, what comes to mind? Thank you.